ladies and gentlemen. Welcome, welcome, welcome. How's everyone doing today? Happy Thursday. Smash the like button on your way in. Appreciate you guys for being here. Let's see. Hey, what's going on, guys? Happy Thursday. Bitcoin currently trading at 121,391 and 62 cents. Our pump turned into a dump, if you could call it that. A little dump for ants, a little retrace. Oscillators resetting. RSI looks good. Red dot on our momentum wave and market cipher. Let's go refresh our liquidation heat map and see what we got. I received the estimate back for my smashed rear door, and it looks like I'm getting a $3,000 check from this insurance company, which is going to be exciting. We got 120.013. 120.013. Hopefully they send the check in a timely manner. I'm waiting on the police report though, so I haven't even got the ball rolling on my end. Besides the estimate, 124,708. Then down below, we've got 120.013. Didn't I put that in there already? Oh, I see what I did. I did this. I was supposed to put 121,871. I put 121,013 for some reason. And then at the very bottom, 118,056. What the hell was that? What is going on right now? 118, double click. There you go, 118,056. Cool. Okay, got it. I don't know why that was so complicated. So we got our little liquidation zone, upper and lower. Bitcoin's right in the middle. What's it gonna be? We got a nice wick down here, indicating some buys. RSI is right below 50, potentially gearing up for a bullish crossover the moving average. We'll see what happens. Red dot still in play. Tom Selleck's code said so basically you got another 2k of SNEK and 1k of Pengu. That's very possible. There's definitely going to be some strike in there, but it all depends on when I get the check. Yeah. I don't even know what insurance company they have yet. I gotta look at the police report because all we got was a driver's license and a registration, and the people pieced out. I'm pretty sure the guy was drinking. Based on my fiance thinks he was drinking, so I'm gonna take her word for it. And they pieced out before the police report. So John said, "I'm going long on Bitcoin right now." All right, I like it. Yeah. We got a bounce right here, which is literally in line with this previous BART. So there should be some semblance of support right there. Your worst case scenario would be this 118, I think, if we're in a bullish situation where we're going to get a quick rebound and continuation. So don't take my word for it, though. Oscillators are resetting. Everything looks good. What's going to be nice is if we get down to 118 and our RSI goes to oversold, and by comparison, being down at 110 and up at 118, being at the same area on the RSI, that's pretty impressive. We do got a couple of red dots on market cipher going back to October 5th, so those could be in play. Keep an eye on those for sure. Bitcoin dominance 59.32. We did break above our purple trend line at 59.20, and we are continuing this uptrend. The question is, when is this going to break down? Because we've had the same thing happen every single time. Uptrend breaks down, uptrend breaks down, uptrend breaks down, uptrend breaks down, uptrend. When is it going to break down? Only difference here is this looks more similar to this than it does to either of these. So we'll see. See what plays out. John said, I'm watching the money flows. Nice. Yeah. ETH down 3.55% on the day, currently trading at 43.65.22. Looking good. We lost 45 and 44. Bounced off of what seems like 43. and the momentum doesn't really seem there, but the RSI is very close to oversold, which is exciting. ETH might actually rebound before Bitcoin. We are potentially gearing up for a bullish cross over the moving average and the RSI, which is short-term bullish. And our momentum wave does have a red dot still playing out, but we are about to enter oversold territory. So the rebound potential is setting up for sure. Sol is down 3.77% on the day. Fahid said, "When pump, I'm don't with the moon. I see no moon. I just want to pump." Giovanni said, "What the hell, man? When moon? Can I long now?" The new moon is supposed to be the bullish one, and that's coming up. When is the next new moon? Twilight new moon is October 21st. So we got 11 days, 12 days, JJ math days. We have 12 days to get a bullish Bitcoin and bullish, hopefully, altcoin market. But he said, "When pump, moon is invisible now." Giovanni said, "What's up, gang?" He said, "Damn typos." So Lana is down 3.76% on the day. Yeah, we broke below our lower trend line, turned upper trend line, which was support, support, break, resistance now, and we're coming down for that upper trend line, turn lower trend line. See if we're going to break through that. That's right around 215. We're sitting at 220 right now. We did lose 225, not the end of the world. Our midpoint in between 200 and 225 is going to be 212.5. So I'm going to just call it 212. We'll see if we get anything at 212, any kind of reaction at 212. Otherwise, 200 is going to be in play. But, that being said, these patterns that we've been watching on pretty much every coin, I don't know, it's hard to tell. We got upper, lower, upper, and we still seem to be lingering in that upper. And what's cool is, and maybe this is what makes the entire pattern somewhat irrelevant and made up, I guess I could do this. This I like the best because of this inverse head and shoulder potential. It's fugly, but it's there. So I suppose we could go all the way down to 200 and I'd still be happy. Maybe I'm just making stuff up. It's Thursday. Give me a break. But 220 and 38 cents. As long as Solana's holding above 200, I think we're in a good spot. I do. RSI potentially almost reset entirely. Red dot on the momentum wave signaling further downside. Volume looks okay. Let's see where we go. Total 3 is down 2.36% on the day. Currently trading at 1.13 trillion. We lost 1.16 again. Previous all-time high of 1.13 is potentially acting as support. We are sitting above it right now. In order to get our reset RSI, which I think we are kind of looking for everywhere, we're probably potentially at least going to 1 trillion or 1.1 trillion. As long as we stay above 1 trillion, I'm happy. I don't know if we're even going to go that low just because this one, the pattern here, seems pretty obvious. It's an uptrend. I think 1.07 should hold if we go that low, and that would still give us our upper or our ascending trend line or ascending range. So I think 1.07 would give us our RSI that we're looking for. We do have a confirmed red dot on market cipher up here. Red dot on the momentum wave as well, signaling further downside. Still in play. Fahid said, 2 likes. What the hell, guys? Like the stream. It helps with the YouTube algos. J Shear 2.0 said, "Sup, family?" What's going on, J Shear 2.0? Mr. Roberts said, "I liked." Hello. Sup, y'all? Yo. What's going on, Mr. Roberts? Appreciate you for stopping by. Happy Thursday, my friend. Total 3 looks good. I'm happy with it. And actually, it's holding up quite well. 8 is down 2.92% on the day. We lost our yellow-orange trend line again. Let's see. We kind of rejected this one. Broke below this one. And we're currently probably rejecting again. Are we going to go all the way down to 75? Maybe. I would like to see 80 hold. We're at 81.40 right now. We do seem to have bounced off of 80. What stinks is, I guess if we lose 80, we could talk about our midpoint in between 80 and 75, that would just be like 77.5. So let's see if we get support there. RSI almost reset. It's about 3/4 of the way there. Green dot on the current momentum wave. We'll see if that gears up for anything at the moment. Other than that, it's pretty quiet. SNEK is down 3.83% on the day, currently trading at 39.13, and 38.53 is our next support level. We seem to be holding that very nice. Tom Selleck Scout said, "Please, sir, no 1.07. Think of me familia." SNEK specifically, see, I'm really liking this as the support level, but we've watched it touch 35 twice already. I would not be surprised if we get a third. 1, 2, 3 with a lower high every single time. Just a straight up consolidation, almost going all the way down to 35. So let's see that, and probably, hopefully, maybe we get a fake out below and then that break above. I'd kind of be okay with that. So keep an eye out for 30 for a potential bottom out SNEK if it even gets that low. Like I said, I'd like to see 38, 39 hold. If we lose that, we'll look at 35. And then if we lose that, we'll look at 30. XRP down 2.5% on the day. Currently trading at 280. 275 is next in play to see if that holds as support. We lost our yellow trend line, which was upper, lower, upper separator. We got support, resistance, support, support. And we didn't even get all the way up there to retest that, which is interesting. Flexa said, "What are the indicators saying on Bitcoin weekly, RSI, etc.? Because the chart looks fine to me." Oh yeah, everything looks fine. Everything looks great. Weekly, like I always say, we could pull back 20% on Bitcoin, and it would be normal. I don't know if the institutions will ever allow that to happen. What was this? Breakout expected. Okay, I'm going to get rid of these because these were clearly wrong, and they're just cluttering up the chart. Weekly RSI looks great. What's interesting is we're kind of, I don't want to call it bearish divergence. It is technically bearish divergence, but it's the type of divergence that just signals longer term upside for the price and downside for the RSI. So no matter where you go, like this right here, that touch signals, and that reversal signals some short-term downtrend. That short-term downtrend, though, will eventually flip, and then you will result in a longer-term uptrend. Same with this, short-term downtrend, longer-term downtrend for the RSI. It's pretty simple. And we're in Q4 right now. I don't think that there's ever going to be a reason to panic, unless if we lose like $70,000, then we can start panicking. I think if we get to like 85, then maybe we'll consider a panic plan. But we're sitting at 121,000. So nobody should be panicking. HBAR is down 3.05% on the day. We got less than 20 minutes remaining for the daily close contest. So make sure you guys stick around for that. Flexa said, is like the makers are waiting for something, news or something. Tom Selk said, "Yeah, I don't know about a 20% pullback under bear with all ETF and retirement funds now holding." Exactly. I don't think they would ever let that happen. I think, unfortunately, the future for Bitcoin is very stock markety. But what's nice about that is the stock market has been on an absolute tear recently. So maybe that's not all bad. Maybe they're kind of converging into each other. Stock market's behaving more like crypto. Crypto's behaving more like a stock market. Eventually, they'll find a middle ground. And it'll be like one big gay marriage of cryptocurrency and the stock market. I will say, for 2025, my stock portfolio is starting to look better than my crypto portfolio. I think Strike is the only reason, and SNEK, that my crypto portfolio looks better right now. But it's getting pretty close. I got AMD's on an absolute like madman run. Thank you, Flexa. APLD, I don't remember, Applied Digital. They're like responsible for data centers and stuff. I highly recommend getting into them. They're up like 12% after hours. Number go up. I'm probably going to add significantly more to my APLD position for sure. Anyways, HBAR rejected 22 after breaking below it, and we lost our uptrend. So we're probably going down to 20 for HBAR. RSI continues to reject the moving average, and I mean, you do have a green dot on your momentum wave signaling some upside, so maybe we do get a rebound here. A little midpoint. That would be a midpoint in between 22 and 20. 21. So there's a potential bounce here. So keep an eye on that. SWE is down 3.69% on the day. Let's see. Today is Thursday, so we got tomorrow and Saturday for that rebound to happen. If that does not happen, then this pattern is not happening at this moment. But if it doesn't, then I will genuinely be scooting it over here. And if we lose the purple trend line, then it's completely thrown out the window, for sure. But right now, it looks good. It's still fully in play. As long as we stay above 325, I'm going to continue to talk about this pattern. We did lose 342, so 325 is definitely a possibility. We got a midpoint bounce at like 333. RSI resetting, following the moving average down. Red dot on your momentum wave signaling further downside, so we'll see what happens. Ondo holding the purple trend line, which is interesting. It is down 4.12% on the day, currently trading at 88.52. Is it going to break back above 90, or are we going to lose our midpoint here at 87.5 and head towards 84.84? It's anyone's guess. RSI is almost completely reset. Momentum wave almost oversold. Red dot pushing further downside, still in play. We'll see if we get a bounce here or if we continue to break our midpoint. Arrow down 2.27% on the day, currently trading at 106.22. $1 is probably going to be our big level here for Arrow. It's a psychological level. We've held it a couple of times back here. I don't see why it's not going to come back down and touch it again. And that actually would give us a good excuse to come to the purple trend line, which we've been watching and waiting for. That purple trend line touch will solidify this uptrend, even though it's been solidified this whole time. We want that to hold. If we break that, then we're going to go into a broader downtrend, and that's bad, because that is a lower high, which is bearish. Not the end of the world, but longer term price action would not be great for that. I'll call it midterm price action. Let's see. Tom Selleck's goat. Flexus said AMD was lovely. Okay, hold on. Tom Selleck's goat said under 100K would be under the 50 moving average, and no bueno. Flexus said AMD was lovely. Glad I pushed it. Tom Selleck's goat said AMD made me some serious money. Flexus said nice. Tom Selleck's goat said owned AMD from 90. If my fractal doesn't work, I'll use a new fractal. That's the point. Flexus said sip at a monster, peaches and cream. Don't normally like peach, but it's pretty good. Ooh, dude, any of the peaches and cream, the orange cream soda stuff is amazing. This is unrelated to citrus, but they had it was like a Rocket Pop Arizona flavor, and it was like the greatest Arizona juice drink I've ever had in my entire life. I'm a big green tea guy, and I like the black and white Arizona as well, but this Rocket Pop one was like life-changing. It blew my mind. My fiance and daughter were like annoyed with me because I talked about it for like a week after that. I was like, man, that Arizona was so good. They're like, well, you need to calm down. What's going on, Tyler? Tyler said, when moon? My hands, dude, my whole body hurts today. I was like digging in dirt that was tamped down from like a freaking excavator. And I had to use the auger. It was a mess. I broke one of my shovels. I'm very sad. It was my favorite shovel. I'm going to have a welder guy fix it. So hopefully it'll be resurrected. Arrow drone down 2.42%. Like I said, $1 should be our level to hold. That's really what we want to see. If we lose $1 and we lose the purple trend line, then it's going to be bad. Pinlink, following the fractal, is it going to explode from here? I really hope so. It is actually almost perfectly following. Let me pull this down a little bit because it is not lined up as good as it could be. Look at that. That's so weird. After you woke up at 1 p.m. I woke up at 11. Or no, I got to work at 11. I've been getting to work at 11 for like a month now. And it's so nice. I know you guys probably think I'm crazy and lazy. But I don't care. Excuse me. I don't care. Judge me all you want. Yeah, Pinlink. Let's see if this thing explodes to the upside. If it doesn't, like if it chops and deviates at all, I'm gonna call this a scrapped fractal for sure. But yeah, let's get above 44, 45 and start looking at some moonage for sure. Render's down 3.19% on the day. We got a purple trend line here that we need to hold. If we lose that, then we probably lose 315. We're probably going to 3. In which case, it's going to get a little dicey. We're getting close to lower low territory, which is not good. We already have a lower high. So the downtrend possibility is there. We do also still have this gigantic triangle, which is still in play. We got retest 1 twice. Can we jump off of that? Hopefully, we'll keep an eye on it. We are entering oversold territory on the 4-hour time frame, so the potential for a bounce is becoming more and more relevant. If we don't take advantage of that, then I'm gonna chalk render up to a loss. We do have a green dot on our momentum wave, unconfirmed green dot on market cipher. So again, the potential is there. We want to get across over that moving average and send it. It might need to touch the purple trend line though, for all I know. Stellar's down 2.27% on the day. We lost our little trading range again after rejecting our purple trend line. So let's see. We got rejection, break, rejection, continuation. We're going to get probably another rejection. And then maybe RSI bottom out and then can just blast off. So let's see if we get a pullback to 36.51 and bounce off of it. Volume looks good. I like the volume ticking up. I like the RSI getting a bullish crossover the moving average. I like the green dot on our momentum wave and the unconfirmed green dot on market cipher. Everything's there for a potential rebound in the near future. Polkadot is down 2.79% on the day, currently trading at $4.07.7, bouncing off of $4 very nicely. Can we get at least a 421 touch? And then maybe we got to retrace further. Who knows? I will say it is not oversold yet. We're kind of dancing around 40. Potential bullish crossover the moving average happening as we speak. Green dot on the momentum wave. Let's see if we lose $4 and then maybe look for a 390 bounce, little midpoint, and see if we become oversold on that. Like that's possible. We'll see what plays out. Polkadot looks decent though, which is weird because Polkadot usually looks like doo-doo. I am kind of a fan of this though. There's a situation here, and that could justify the 390 touch. Right there. Cherry picked beautifully. Tyler said I should probably buy more. Flexes said it is what it is. Some people sit on their ass all day, driving and acting like it's hard work. Buy more what? Thank you, Render. Buy more what? Tyrant. No, he's talking about Pinlink. Flexes said, Waterfly, hello mate. What's going on, Waterfly? Waterfly says, cheers. Happy Thursday, my friend. Flexes said, are you watching Eagles Giants, Waterfly? I might cuck a bet on, dunno, maybe on total points. Waterfly said, I will be. My G-men might just surprise. Bookies scared. Interesting. 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 I'm not a sports guy. I wish I was. I feel like I get more into like MMA, boxing, and stuff like that. Sports don't do it for me. I'm not against them. Like I would, if somebody was like, hey, I got tickets to insert any sporting event, I would be like, let's fucking go. Because that shit's fun. Tell me who to root for. Okay. Farcoin down 6.24% on the day. We're getting a bounce off of 61.94 again. Let's see, we got rejection, rejection, break, support, 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 support. I don't know. RSI is actually resetting quite nicely considering the fact that we haven't really moved down, I suppose. Are we going to lose 61.94? If we do, can we hold 55? And will 55 give us the oversold bounce? See, that's the problem though. That would be lower. Maybe Farcoin just needs to continue to consolidate and get this RSI to go oversold. Again, oversold RSI is not necessary for a bounce. We could bounce right now just as easily. Plexus said I bounce between liking and not liking sports depending on how blatantly it's rigged or not. That's fair. Tom Stocksfield said taking my 6-year-old to see first NFL game next weekend. That's awesome, dude. That's like a canon event in a kid's life for sure. Gas is down 1.6% on the day, currently trading at 0.073837. Gas is not looking good, I'm not going to lie. we continue to trend down. Look at how far this thing's come down. And somehow the RSI is trending up, which is bad divergence. Like, you got bullish div right here, but that bullish div is just temporary uptrend for a longer term downtrend while the RSI trends up. It's not a good thing. This is bad divergence. What I want to see is a price rebound. You got a green dot on your momentum wave. This is all the rebound you get? This stupid little 5 minute, like, that's ridiculous. We need to break above 76, or in my opinion, it's game over. What is it going to go to 68? Or it's going to continue. If it breaks 68, then it's going to get real dicey. CAS does not look good. This has just been in a forever downtrend, but maybe it's consolidating. Again, and I think I point this out every single time. Maybe we get a fake out and then a blast off. That would be cool. Little midpoint bounce at 60. We'll keep an eye on it. It just doesn't look good. The RSI does not care that the price is going down. And that's not a good thing. Avalanche is down 1.56% on the day, getting a potential double bottom situation at, what is that, 28? We're at 28.36 right now. RSI crossed bullish over the moving average and is bouncing off of it right now. And you got a green dot on your momentum wave. So potential upside here, definitely in play. Let's see if Avalanche can get a broader W situation going on here and continue to the upside. That would be pretty sick. Tyler said, Tom, I've never been to one. Can you take me? Like, yeah, Tom Selleck's coach just like, you can't go. I got to take one of my random internet friends to a skid. Flexus said, sounds fun. Get Tyler some earmuffs. Tom Selleck's coach said, only if I can come stay at your log cabin, Tyler. Tyler said, NFL is controlled by Vegas 100%. Waterfly said, have a great time, Tom. Bring more money than you want to spend, LOL. Flexus said, sneak food in. Tyler said, you know, Tom, if I had a log cabin, I would, LOL. Tom Selleck's said, that's why everything tap to pay now, so you don't realize you spent $400 on food. Exactly, dude. I remember my mom telling me, since she stopped using cash, she just spends so much more money now because it's really easy to swipe the card. It doesn't feel like you're spending money. That plus play said, bro, Ray was down like 40% yesterday. Damn. Yeah, that's one of those volatile coins. Okay, so let's see if Avalanche gets this bounce and then continues the upside. That would be pretty sick. It looks like it could. RSI looks like it wants to. Chainlink is down 2.78% on the day, currently trading at $22. We've got a nice bounce off of 21.67. Unfortunately, it does look like it's starting to curl down. We need to really bounce off 21.67. Otherwise, I'm going to say that this fractal might still be in play. And I really don't want to go down to 17.5. That would suck. But if we lose like, I don't know, if we lose 21.67, I might try to take a strategic short. And you guys know I'm really bad at shorting, so that means that this fractal's probably not going to play out. But let's see what happens. RSI is still not cooperating. Got a bounce off 40, I guess. We're sitting right below 50. Got a bullish cross over the moving average. Green dot on your momentum wave. A lot of green dots, so let's see if we can get some upside. Doge down 2.85% on the day. We broke below 25 again. We're sitting at 24.83. Got a nice bounce off of 24.130. Some nice little wicks right here. It's a little baby bounce potential. Red dot confirmed on Market Cipher up here. That could have played out. We got a green dot on our momentum wave signaling current upside, and your moving average crossing bullish over there, or your RSI crossing bullish over the moving average. See if we get a rebound here. Otherwise, we might break back below our line. We do still got some room to go before we hit it though. Midpoint 23-ish. Let's see if we get a bounce there if we break below 24.130 again. NIR's down 2.63% on the day, potentially bouncing off of the purple trend line again around 285. We lose that. 269 definitely in play. It's not looking good. RSI, potential bullish cross over the moving average. Green down on your momentum wave signaling upside. Let's see if this bounce actually plays out with that. The bullish oscillator signals. Otherwise, 269 definitely coming in play. Pango's down 7.08% on the day, sitting at the bottom of its, I don't even know. It's not even like, it's like a sideways channel. Can we get back above 31, or are we going to lose 29.98? If we do, midpoint looking for 28. We lose that, then 25.73, and that would be a lower low. Kind of on a lower time frame, though. But, well, I don't know, actually. Kind of seems like we could do that. Yeah, we'll see. We will see. Silver, 49.126. Silver breached $50, I think, for the first time in history. I don't know. I got it in the news segment. We do have a confirmed red down on Market Cipher again, though. Doesn't mean much on silver. Silver doesn't really give a crap. So, see if that continues. DXY, nobody cares. It is kind of on the up and up, though. See if it gets back above 100. Wouldn't that be weird? It's at 99,394. MicroStrategy, 320 and 29 cents. 322.99. I don't understand. Is it 322.99 or 320 and 29 cents? Either way, kind of a downtrend. Looks like doo-doo. You got 2 confirmed red dots on Market Cipher. Again, I don't know if that's relevant for when it comes to stocks. Can Market Cipher, or MicroStrategy, I'm sorry, can MicroStrategy actually do anything? Or is it forever doomed to chop sideways while Bitcoin moons? Is MicroStrategy the ultimate onboarder? People buying MicroStrategy and then realizing, well, I'm just going to buy Bitcoin because Bitcoin's going up, and then they go buy Bitcoin. That's kind of funny. I like that idea. NASDAQ. Ooh, NASDAQ looks great. 25,136. About to break local high. S&P also looks good. Beautiful. 67.35. Close red, but not that bad. Bitcoin dominance again. 59.33. Broke out. Probably retesting. Or is this thing going to go crazy? I don't know. Hopefully not, but we'll see. Bitcoin itself, 121,504 and 26 cents. Oh, we got less than 1 minute remaining until the daily close contest. So make sure you guys get your guesses ready. Oh no. Okay. Okay. I am going to transition to the 1 minute time frame. Bam. Ladies and gentlemen, get your guesses ready for the daily close contest. We got 40 seconds remaining on the clock until you guys can begin to guess. Spit your guess. Ninja trader, get out of here. $121, 535 even, 20 seconds remaining. All right, let's see. Plexus said I don't have tap to pay activated because I'm a cunt. I'll make people wait in line while I put my pin in. I do that same thing. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Get your guesses in for the daily close contest. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for participating. Tyler said LMAO Flexa. I like the attitude. I'm going to start paying with change. Flexa goes, LOL. 20 seconds ain't gonna hurt. People are so impatient. Change is wild. Stood here counting out the exact amount, LMAO. Why is Elon obsessed with macro hard? Because the opposite of Microsoft. What's he up to? Did you see that the NVIDIA guy just said he wants anything to do, like everything to do with anything Elon does? Which is when I made the joke about him paying child support. Tyler said, everything points to going to Mars. Mr. Roberts said DXY stocks, crypto, and my dog all ran up in Q4 2024. Tyler, that's what Charles actually said that in his interview with What's-His-Face. All right, let's see. We got Tom Selleck Scoped coming in with 121,500. We've got Flexa coming in with 121,805 and 30 cents. We've got J Shear 2.0 coming in with 121,596. Tyler said robots, no human can work consistently on Mars underground travel. Yeah, that's what Charles said on it was a Sean Ryan podcast. That's what it was. Charles pointed all that out, and everyone's been running with it ever since. Charles Hoskinson. What a guy. Cheers, guys. Happy Thursday. Mr. Roberts coming in. 121, 621.45. Dixie said smash the like. What's going on, Dixie? Dixie, since Zach isn't here. You can tell him that I said this as well. And I'm probably gonna bring it up next space. I've come to the conclusion that I think he's a virgin. And there's nothing wrong with that, man. Hashtag nofap. I got a lot of respect for virgins. All right. Dixie said, great stream, JJ. Guys, Dixie knows what he's talking about. Flexa said, does Mars not have hot core like Earth? I'm not sure, actually. That's a good question. That Pulse player coming in with a 121,700. Flexa said, effing T Earth. Tyler coming in with 121,420.69. John Flexus said, who's a virgin? John said, John. Coming in with 121,575.32. Dixie said, LOL. Justin said, 121,686.13. I like that I say that, like, to put a like letter in between each number, and then I can read it, and I act like it's not that hard, and then I gotta go like right up in the screen to actually understand. Like this said Franco. I thought he had a kid now. I hope Papa Franco's doing good. Dixie coming in with a 121,669. Ooh. Dremmer, hang on. Interesting. Dremmer 121,169.69. Oops, my bad. Let me fix that. 121,169.69. Waterfly coming in with 1. Ooh. Tom Sucks Code said, your mom has a hot core. Mr. Robert said, oh, go, 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 BTC. Drummer said, I effing made it, LOL. Flexa said, he probably stole it, JJ. No, I'm not going to unpack that. Okay, look at this. Oh my gosh, what is going on? 45 seconds remaining to get your guesses in for the daily close contest, ladies and gentlemen. Mr. Robert said, go, go, go. Flexa said, some little Mexican woman missing a baby. Frank was like, does ICE have any part-time positions? Hear me out. He's like, what's like entry level? Are we allowed to enter the space where the individuals are held? That's such a dark joke. That's so messed up. Cheers, guys, to human trafficking. Ladies and gentlemen, time's up. Thank you for participating. Let's get these bad boys up on the board. We got a lot of people today. Oh my gosh. Make sure you guys smash the like button. The like button requires smashing. Okay. Let's get these bad boys up on the board. We got a big Papa Wick. We got an Ourbit. What's the other one? We got a Fat Albert Wick. Flexa 121,805.30. That pulse player. $121,700. 121,686.13. Justin. We've got Dixie. 121,669. We've got 121,621.45. Mr. Roberts. We've got J Shear 2.0. 121,596. 121,575.32. John 2 Joe. I like saying that. Tom Selleck Scope coming in with 121,500. We've got Tyler 121,420.69. We've got Drummer with 121,169.69. And last but not least, we've got Waterfly. Represents $1 US. Waterfly is way down here. I'm going to leave him right there for now. Look at that volume on the 1 minute. Woo. Ladies and gentlemen, we got 2 minutes and 35 seconds remaining on the clock for the daily close. Let's see. Flexa said, all I want is effing tacos. Mr. Roberts said, I'll finish Water's Gas 21 and 623. Flexa said, Franco defo never flicked a bean. There's two levels to that because you were specifically speaking of Hispanic women. Flexa said, okay, done. Volume pickup for 1 minute was mad then. Pump it. Mr. Roberts said, oh, all right, got a good gap there. Hell yeah. It's always good to have a big gap. You want a mighty gap. Tyler's got a decent gap. Tom Selleck's coat has an even bigger gap. Mr. Roberts probably has a third. Well, actually, that Pulse Player has a bigger gap than everybody except for Waterfly. And Flexa. Flexa's obviously got the biggest because he's up top. Currently, Mr. Roberts is in the lead. Bitcoin 121,628 and 38 cents. We got 61 minute and 37 seconds remaining on the clock. Jeremy said, don't forget to like and subscribe, everyone. Yeah, guys, smash the like button. I appreciate you guys for being here. When you smash the like button, make sure that everybody on YouTube knows that you like this video. Maybe not you in particular, just that this many people like this video, and that really helps get the channel out there. We're trying to get to 2,000 subscribers before the end of the year. I think we successfully breached 1,200 pretty quickly, so it was pretty sick. Appreciate you guys. We got 1 minute and 8 seconds remaining on the clock. Get a bullish engulfing candle here on the 1 minute time frame. A lot of volume from these pumps, and that is resulting in some FOMO here, it seems. Mr. Roberts still in the lead. Dixie next in line if the price continues on this momentum path. 53 seconds remaining. This is the candle that will determine the fate of our winner. 121,651 and 19 cents, and it's getting a little more bullish here. Doesn't look like any of our bearish guessers are going to win anything today. 42 seconds remaining. Is Dixie going to take home the prize? What's it going to be? We got Dixie, Justin, that Pulse Player, and Flexa if it gets really spicy, which it did wick above his price, so that would put him in the lead. Is it going to happen again? 27 seconds remaining on the clock. Drummer said the like button. You. Mushroom stamped the like button. Flexa said better be the top, then the bottom. Power bottomers. Tyler said I can't buy a win anymore. Bitcoin, 13 seconds remaining. 121,662 and 41 cents. Very close to Dixie's guess. Are we going to get a $300 winner here today? 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh, anticlimactic. Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of today's Daily Close contest, Mr. Roberts. Another win for Canada. The Daily Close price, 121,662 and 40 cents. I repeat, 121,662 and 40 cents. 121,662.40. Congratulations, Mr. Roberts, on your victory. Whoa, look at that gigantic pump immediately afterwards, putting that Pulse Player in the lead if it would have waited. Let's see. Congratulations, Mr. Roberts, on your victory. Ladies and gentlemen, spam the bananas in the chat. Mr. Roberts with a guess of 121,621.45. Very cool. 121.6. Okay. Last two. I was just making sure there wasn't a $20 winner. Congratulations, my friend. Ladies and gentlemen, spam the bananas in the chat for our winner. A lot of participants today. Very cool. I like seeing a big turnout. Appreciate you guys. Congratulations, everyone, for participating. You know, the participation trophy is kind of you guys also getting to see the bragging rights picture. So just pretend it's yours. Pretend your name is Mr. Roberts. Congratulations, Mr. Roberts, on your victory. Ladies and gentlemen, spam the bananas in the chat. Mr. Roberts. Yay! Very cool. It's getting heated. Mr. Roberts now tied again with JShear 2.0. We got three, what do you call that, a twosome? We got 3 gay marriages. Tyler's in first place by himself with 39 wins, followed by Vahid and Tom Selleck tied in the honeymoon suite with 23 wins. Giovanni Fontes and Hoffs tied for third place with 15 wins. They're just in a regular hotel room. You know, there's like penthouse, honeymoon suite, and then regular rooms. And now, JShear 2.0 and Mr. Roberts also sharing a regular room with 14 wins. Congratulations, ladies and gentlemen. Let's transition. Let me add Mr. Roberts to the winner's Google Doc. Very cool. This is Mr. Robert's second win this month. I like that you guys seem to be taking it more seriously the closer to the end of the year we get. Pretty cool to see. All right, ladies and gentlemen, can I get a drum roll, please? The winner of today's daily close contest with a guess of 121,621 and 45 cents and an actual Bitcoin daily close of 121,662 and 40 cents on October 9th, 2025. Mr. Roberts' prize is a uncut roll of gimbap, or kimbap, I'm sorry, with a K. This is the Korean version of sushi, and I've tried it once. I don't think I had a good one. It doesn't taste like sushi. It tastes like seaweed. But you can cut it up, divvy it up amongst your friends, your peers, your fellow competitors, your co-workers, your employees, employers, whatever you do. You are legally obligated to remove it from the premises. Congratulations once again on your victory. Enjoy. You know what I would do? I imagine it's like eating pasta. What was the video? There's a video of people eating pasta wrong, and it's really funny. And there's a bunch of Italians like getting mad about it. I don't remember. I imagine it's like the most offensive way to eat this. I would unroll it and just pick it apart, and just like you could pull the ingredients out of it and like fucking eat it that way. Just to really gaslight the chef. That's good stuff. Good stuff. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Bitcoin 121,717 and 56 cents. Looking good here, actually. Congratulations, Mr. Roberts, once again on your victory. Enjoy your uncut roll of kimbap. Mr. Roberts said, cheers, Pulse. Hey, Tyler. Fluxus said, I'm not reading that out loud, but it's funny. I'll laugh at it. David Betts said, you have a pet bird? Cockatiel, probably? I have 2 cockatiels and 2 budgies. Why? They're actually not making any noise right now, so if you heard something, that might have been my chair. Mr. Roberts, Plexus said, that looks like burned mold. Mr. Roberts said the tiny bit of yellow out of the side is somehow offensive and gross at the same time. I'm not sure what that is. It's got to be pepper or something, right? It is very, I don't know. It's Korean, so it's like Japan, but like different. Is that offensive? I mean, I would argue that Canada is like America, but different. And Mexico is like Spain, but different. So it shouldn't be offensive. Get over yourself. The only country on this planet, in my opinion, that is unique is Australia. There is nothing else like Australia. So if you're not Australian, be offended. I don't fucking care. David said, I heard a few days ago. I had a few tiles as well. They are so super loving. I love our birds. They're hilarious. Sometimes they're fucking assholes, but it makes me laugh. Their faces look stupid. And when they look at you straight on, they look like Captain Crunch. I like it when they're like preening their feathers and their cheeks are all fluffy, and then you like call them and they go, huh? It's fucking funny, dude. Candle Slayer said, you sure pulled that prize out of your buttocks. I had it pre-prepared. It is uncut though, so it is very keisterable for sure. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we finished going through all of our charts, so let's get to the news segment. We'll keep an eye on Bitcoin throughout the evening. News. We got Trump Coin ETF listed on the DTCC. I don't know what the hell that is, but cool. That's probably going to get approved right away, which is kind of hilarious. Senator Cynthia Lummis, who, by the way, take everything she says about crypto with a grain of salt. She's like she's the Michael Saylor of the U.S. government. She says everything possible, the most bullish thing possible. She's like, tomorrow the U.S. government is going to buy 10 billion Bitcoins, and then nothing happens. So just take it easy. She's very much, I wouldn't call it a grift. I think she genuinely is bullish and pro crypto for sure. But I think she's a little optimistic. maybe is the right word. Senator Cynthia Lummis says she is working to eliminate taxes on small Bitcoin transactions. Thank you, Senator Cynthia Lummis. Appreciate you. Silver reaches new all-time high of $50. Okay, so yes, silver has never been $50 before. Pretty crazy. Lexa, that's so rude. It's so messed up. $5.1 trillion asset manager State Street says 60% of institutional investors plan to increase their allocation in Bitcoin and crypto. Who is the guy that we saw the other day? Was it like the president of Kazakhstan or something? Let me see if I can look it up. Yes, it's the president of Kazakhstan. So there was like Trump met with him or something. And I was like, who is this gorgeous man? Look at his beautiful face. Hold on. Somebody met with him and I was like, what is this? What is going on with this man's beautiful face? Oh. I can't, dude. I feel bad. This is a pretty looking man though. Like, tell me I'm wrong. He's gorgeous. The eyes and the lips. He's had work done, dude. He's like, make me look like Angelina Jolie. The plastic surgeon like knows that they're really good at their job. They're like, are you sure? Because if you want to look like Angelina Jolie and you pay me to look like Angelina Jolie, when I'm done, you're gonna look like Angelina Jolie. He's like, do it. Oh man, that cracked me up when I saw the picture. I was like, whoa, goodness. Okay, we're getting sidetracked. Binance founder CZ says BNB chain gas fees have been reduced by 2,000% this year. I'm pretty sure that means that they pay you to transact, but you know, JJ math. Kim Jong Jolie. Nvidia surpasses $4.75 trillion market cap. Very cool. They're going to take over the world. Bank of America says investors are not penalized for buying stocks at all-time highs. 5 years later, returns have been stronger. Wow. I like that the idea that the stock market's just perpetually going up forever. It's kind of funny. Bybit becomes the first fully operational licensed crypto exchange in UAE. Very cool. Coinbase CEO Brian Armstrong says crypto will give everyone free access to money and fair financial systems. Very cool. Thank you, Brian Armstrong. Just in, $1.5 trillion Deutsche Bank says central banks may hold significant amounts of Bitcoin and gold by 2030. No shit. Solana TVL explodes to new all-time high, $42.4 billion. Very cool. Compute demand grows twice as fast as chip efficiency. This is actually crazy. This is beyond insane, is what I meant to say. AI compute demand is now growing at over 2 times the rate of Moore's Law, creating a massive shortage. Just to meet current demand, $500 billion must be invested in data centers per year until 2030. What does that mean? Let us explain. I will tell you, APLD, Applied Digital, is a data center stock. I mentioned this in the Discord, which is completely free. Go join. And it is up. It was up 12% overnight now. I think it's up 17% after hours. Or maybe it was up 17% yesterday, and maybe this isn't displaying after hours. I have no idea. This thing has been shredding. My stock positions in pretty much every stock has been doing tremendous, but APLD, one of my best returns so far. I think besides AMD, I'd have to check. But AMD is also doing really good. Bitcoin 121,674 and 98 cents. Congratulations, Mr. Roberts, once again on your victory. Enjoy your uncut kimbap roll. David Betts, yep. Flexa, yep. Tom Socks Goat said you have some serious issues, my dude. Timu Angelina. Me? I didn't get that work done. Flexa said, when I crashes, people gonna panic like never before, whenever that may be. Oh yeah, it's gonna be crazy. I was thinking about it, I'm like, man, if the population increases forever, which it's probably going to, they're freaking out that the population growth is slowing, but it is still growing. It's just growing at a slower rate. But if the population increases forever, they're going to have to print money at the very least to meet demand with the quantity of people on the planet. That makes sense. There should not be inflation to print to meet population. Now, outside of that, the problem is people hoard money. or they put it, you know, where regular people who spend money on groceries and stuff, who require money to like live day to day, don't have access to it. So they got to print more and more. But if if the population is going to continue to grow perpetually, it just makes sense that investments are going to do good over time versus currency. Because currency, they have to print to keep up with the demand from the population growing. Assets don't change in quantity unless they do, which is like stock splits and whatever, you know, cryptocurrencies that don't have a hard cap. That's a different story. But hard capped assets will forever outperform fiat. It's a no-brainer. Keeping your money in fiat is the dumbest thing you could ever do in your entire life. Now, that's not to say you should always be 100% allocated to an investment. That's also stupid. There's a balance for sure, and it's almost impossible to know what that balance needs to be. But I'm genuinely, personally comfortable, even if I rotate from one investment to another, keeping all of my money, or at least like 90% of my money, in investments at pretty much all times, unless I need to spend it, in which case I will take profits and then spend that money. But the ideal, in my opinion, portfolio is a portfolio of money that you do not need, which is how it should be anyways. If you need the money, then you're going to start to get emotional, and you're going to pivot and reallocate, fumble bags, and then you're going to end up with nothing, and you're going to be like, investing is a scam, and you're going to sound like an illiterate moron every time you talk about it, which is embarrassing. So spare yourself the embarrassment, become financially literate, and do your own research. David Betts said, wouldn't BNB lower transactions usually mean there are less transactions happening? I think that he meant they actually lowered the fees, but I would argue yes, because that's usually what makes the fees increase. But I don't know if BNB is the same as ETH. I actually know very little about BNB, which is weird. I feel like I should know more about them. Flexa said no data equals no AI. Data is food. Universal basic income is 100% going to be a thing. I give them 5 years before they need it. David Betts said that day when commercial inform people get knocked up, it's your civic duty to. That's my favorite, dude. They're literally, I don't know if they passed it already, but like Trump wants to give people like $5,000 to $7,000 when they have a kid, which by the way is nothing when you have a kid. $5,000 to $7,000 is literally trash when you have a kid. Kids are expensive. Toddlers and like teenagers, not so much. They eat a lot, but that's about it. I don't know. I always found it funny when people acted like having a kid was like the biggest financial like gut punch that they're like, oh, how am I going to afford this? How am I going to afford this? It's not that hard. It genuinely is not that hard. I had a kid when I was 17 years old. I had no job. Nobody helped. Like we lived with our freaking parents, and then we moved out as soon as we could. So obviously that's a big help, but I've never moved out and then needed to move back in. We've never been kicked out of where we live. We've never had utilities shut off. It's not that hard to have a family and afford it. I'm sorry. And this is off of like at the time minimum wage, which was like $12 an hour. And we've been a single income family forever. So I don't know. It just shit cracks me up. Flexa said, and probably a one world digital economy. Yeah, it's gonna be interesting. Tom Selkscode said, people that use fiat currency are as a store of value. We call them poor. Flexa said, LMAO fire. Mr. Roberts said, JJ, did you look at some of those mineral metals companies I mentioned the other day? Some of those maniacs still made another 10% today. I have not looked at them since, but I did look at them that day on stream actually, and they were doing it tremendous. They're probably going to continue to. Gold is actually down today, I think. Let's go look at gold real quick. Whoops. This was interesting to me. Yeah, people are starting to panic. Or at least take profit. Maybe panic isn't the right word. It was down 2% today. Everyone's like, oh. It was like down 2.5%. All the gold people were like, oh. Dude, did Peter Schiff say anything? Let's go see. Peter Schiff. 2 hours ago. President Trump has very little in common with Argentina. One day, silver made a new record high above $51, with a positive close solidly above on a day above $49. Silver stocks have had one of the worst days in the entire bull market. This shows just how nervous silver mining stock investors remain as the bull market climbs a classic wall of worry. Did anybody tell him that silver has outperformed gold? Like tremendously? It's actually been quite comical how much silver has outperformed gold. Oops. Oopsie. David Betts said, Happy Father's Day every day. Gold people learning the daily life of crypto people. Yeah, 2-3% is nothing. Bitcoin looks relatively decent here. We're at 121,754 and 33 cents. Congratulations, Mr. Roberts, once again. Enjoy your Kimbop roll. Anyways, probably good idea to invest in like any data center stocks, any energy stocks. Energy and data centers are going to be the foundation of which AI is built upon. Right here, data centers are the new oil. Data center energy consumption has reached a record 5% of total U.S. power demand. By 2030, data center energy consumption will exceed 10% of total U.S. power demand. The AI revolution is bigger than you think. Are we really going to be consuming that much by 2030? They're not going to innovate enough to where it doesn't consume that much. Flexus said 3% is wild when you look at the market cap. Who has 3%, right? The elephant in the room, Alphabet, Amazon, Meta, Microsoft, and OpenAI alone have announced $800 billion in commitments for new data centers in 2025. Meanwhile, electricity prices are up 35% since 2022. With nuclear power 10 plus years away, how will we meet electricity demand? I feel like the data centers should provide their own electricity. Or like build your data center next to running water. A body of water that moves that you can like capture the energy from. That's not that hard. Mr. Robertson, I actually kind of enjoyed the interview of Shift done by Natalie Brunello. She tried like hell. I feel like he's probably one of the most difficult people on the planet to talk to. He's just so... There's nothing more, in my opinion, frustrating than a maxi. Like, I'm not a crypto maxi. I enjoy crypto. It's a majority of my investments are in crypto. But I have stocks. I have freaking Pokemon cards, you know? I have other investments. I'm not going to tell anybody that their investment's bad or good. I think gold is a great investment, clearly. But if somebody's sitting here telling me that gold is better than everything else and you should only buy gold and that Bitcoin sucks because it's down today, I'm going to laugh in their face. I'm going to make fun of them. And this dude's so dissatisfied. His son literally is like a Bitcoin maxi, so... I mean, that right there alone is the biggest loss I think you can have as a father. Your son literally, like, denouncing your entire livelihood. That's just me. Breaking. Gold futures extend their decline to minus 2% on the day and drop below 4K per ounce. This comes less than 24 hours after gold's monthly RSI hit 90 plus for the first time since 1980. Gold is still up 50% in 2025, absolutely shredding. It's probably gonna take a breather. 4K is a big number. Every time Bitcoin hit an all-time high, it had to pull back. That's usually what happens. Flex said, get some hamster wheels and put fatties on them. Benefits both ways. They're gonna... I would not be surprised if we have some future, like the battery from Rick and Morty. That would not surprise me. Kobe SE letter. President Trump says U.S. gas prices will fall below $2 a gallon soon. This implies a 36% drop in the current national average of $3.11 per gallon. $2 per gallon gas would be freaking awesome. Drummer said, I got to start growing silver, right? The U.S. has finalized a $20 billion currency swap agreement with Argentina. The U.S. is also directly purchasing Argentine pesos in an effort to revive Argentina's economy. Good for them. I do enjoy the idea that the Argentinian president was like, we're going to cut all this stuff and save the planet. And they like, it was doing really good for a little while. And then he's like, oh, I'm also going to rug everybody with this meme coin. And then like 2-3 months go by and they're like, we need help. Can you help us, President Trump? It's the comedy is definitely not lost on me for sure. Chainalysis experts say governments could eventually seize over $75 billion in illicit crypto and use it as strategic reserves. This 1000% is how they're going to obtain their strategic reserves in a budget neutral way. That is what's going to happen. Budget neutral, it, to me, just means we're going to find it and take it, or we're going to take money from somewhere else and put it into this instead of spending it on that waste of money. Those are the two options. $2 gas is not going to happen. I think it would be pretty sick if it did. Mr. Barber said plumbus? Dude, imagine if you're just sitting at your desk and you plug your phone into a plumbus. Oh, man. Flexa said if it does ship me some, right? Okay. Grayscale selected Figment as its staking partner for new Ethereum and Solana products in the US. Very cool. Arthur Hayes says Bitcoin 4-year cycle. This is how you know we're getting into the bull market. Arthur Hayes says Bitcoin's 4-year cycle may break as new liquidity waves rise from the Fed and China. Okay. When people start saying this time is different, that's how you know we're starting to enter the euphoric phase. Slowly but surely. Alert. This is a PSA. Watt Protocol's X account was compromised and used for phishing posts. Scam sniffer warns. Stay cautious and avoid engagement. Do this anyways. Don't just wait for somebody to be hacked and be like, oh, now today I'm not going to click on any links. Don't click on links. Anything suspicious, especially on X. Don't click on any links on X. Don't click on any links in your DMs. If you see a website, Google it. Be like, is this website legit? If you absolutely need to go to that website. But 99% of the time, it's not worth your time. Just don't do it. 4Meme has surpassed Hyperliquid in 24-hour revenue. This is actually huge. Something passing. I've never even heard of 4Meme. But passing Hyperliquid in 24-hour revenue, they do like $3 million in revenue a day. That's crazy. Flex J Share 2.0 said same. Flexa said 128 a liter here, like 240-ish per liter. Drummer said, ever since I found out you can grow silver, I've wondered how the value of silver works. You can actually, you're not joking? I thought that you were joking. Flexa said, everything is effing monopolized. Buck acts like it. Don't have North Sea oil. Traders leading. Justin said, JJ, they want to reprice gold on the U.S. books. It's currently priced at 45 per ounce. So Kathy Loomis wants to reprice gold at current market and sell the paper certificates against it. The revenue from that sale would then buy Bitcoin revenue neutral. That too. That would be crazy. It's priced at 45 per ounce? What? That's insane. How does that even work? What in the world? All right, new over 2.4 million ETH are queued to exit Ethereum staking, extending withdrawal times to 41 days. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you liquid staking. Thank you, Vitalik. Good job. Binance Contracts platform faced a temporary outage affecting trades and transfers, but has since recovered. Very cool. Thank you, CZ. Gold is dumping hard. This is from Ash Crypto. Remember, when gold tops out, liquidity flows into Bitcoin and crypto, starting a parabolic run. Don't get shaken out in this short-term crypto price manipulation. We are going much higher end of October and Q4 in general. I'm not effing leaving. Ladies and gentlemen, don't get shaken out before the run. A lot of people thought that 80K was the top. A lot of people thought 100K was the top. A lot of people thought 120K was the top. We're at 120K right now. We're probably going a lot higher. We'll see. Flexa said repricing gold will send markets to dream levels, but the world will change. Yep. Tom Salkscode said, I'd love to buy some paper gold. Don't they put that on stakes? Like the paper gold stuff? Mustache posted hashtag altcoins again, which cracks me up. Did you know that Total 3 recently broke through a 4-year resistance level? We knew that. Currently in retest mode. After that, it's up only for altcoins. Patience. I'm excited. And last but not least, we got the man himself, Crypto Jesus, Charles Hoskinson, giving a beautiful speech with a lovely shirt. I'll have you guys know, if I grew my hair out, I think Charles would have a better hairline than me. Remember, if you guys ever reach $1,000 donation within any one stream, then I will I will remove the hat and expose the hairline. Completely, like, I won't have time to go off camera or do anything. Like, as soon as we hit 1K, hat comes off. Just keep that in mind. Well, we'll maybe plan an event around that and try to actually, like, raise money to expose JJ's bald one day. I think that'd be fun. But let's listen to what Charles has to say here. Let me turn up the volume for you guys. Make sure you can hear it. All right, here we go.
How soon, Charles? How soon is this bull run?
I think after the Clarity Act passes, and there's a good chance that's going to pass in October, there's a really good possibility that we're going to see the altcoins pump. So Bitcoin will probably cap around 250, and then you'll see a lot of stuff work its way into the altcoin space with people looking for alpha. So I wouldn't be surprised first quarter of 2026 and second quarter of 2026 where it kind of really on the ascendancy, and then it'll kind of taper off and die down if it follows prior bull markets that we've had. But this is a different one because institutions are leading it, not retail investors. And so I've never experienced this in my career because every other one was a retail-led bull market. But overall, everybody's very optimistic. U.S. government's optimistic. I was just at a Senate roundtable with a bunch of people, and everybody's working as one voice to try to get clarity passed. And once that's done, there's no more Gary Gensler, no more SEC burning us all to death. The U.S. government's open for business. Just insane.
You heard it here first, ladies and gentlemen. No more Gary Gensler. Bye-bye. Very cool. Love Charles. What a guy. Tom Selleck does have a point, though, with the hair transplants thing. But, again, I guess I'd rather not give a crap. I will tell you this. It's very freeing. Flexa, by the way, I do shave it, but that also, requires care. And maintenance and stuff. So I shave it once every at least 2 or 3 months. I just buzz it down. And it feels nice. But it also, I like being bald is equally, in my opinion, as nice as having hair. Because I don't have to worry about doing my hair. When you have hair, you get to do your hair and you're like, oh, look at my hair. I got a haircut. And literally, my entire chat is like, F you, dude. I have hair. But it's nice to not have to worry about that. You know what I mean? I can focus now on, I don't know, anything other than what the hell my hair looks like. Flexen said, I'll take 250. Alts will spaz. Mr. Robert said, Justin. Okay, let's go read what Justin said, because Justin said something big. He said, statutory rate. I thought that was going somewhere else. Statutory rate. This value is determined by 31 USC 5116 5117, which sets the statutory rate at which the Department of the Treasury records the U.S. government-owned gold reserve. So why is it so low? That doesn't make sense to me. The government's so inefficient and stupid. Mr. Robert said, Justin, it's a non-zero possibility. U.S. legislation is laying the path to do it if they choose to. Wild. Flexa said, so you hide it with hat. I do that, LOL. I need a new hat. Well, the hat is my hairstyle. I think the hat looks cool. Even if I had hair, I would wear the hat. I've always been a hat person. I would show you guys pictures, but then you'd see me without a beard, which I think I'm saving that as well. Beardless JJ. Because nobody knows what this looks like underneath. Do I have a chiseled jawline? I don't know. But also, this is my sick merch. My little ghost dude. There's some shit on my hand right there. Okay. Bitcoin looks really good. 121,844 and 26 cents. Let's see. We got through a news article's portfolio update. The 1K to 10K graph portfolio is down $74 at the moment. Not too bad. We got 3 assets still in the green. The rest are in the red. Starting from the bottom, Fetch is down $45. Shib is down $23. Aptos is down 17. Proppy's down 14. Render's down 12. Ondo's down 12. Near is down 4. Doge is up 2. Ada's up 5. And Sol is up 32. Looking good. Not too shabby. Memecoin portfolio, a little worse for wear. Currently down $116. We've got 2 assets in the green, the rest in red. Starting from the bottom, Giga Chad down a whopping $113. SNEK down $25. Pepe is down 6. Doge is up 12. Whiff is up 13. Wow, Whiff really came down hard, didn't it? That's crazy. Miguel Robinson sharing some flame emojis. Next, we got the narrative portfolio, my favorite and the most stable, up $33.91 still. We've got two assets in the red. Starting from the bottom, VeChain is down 20 bucks. Fetch is down $16. Mana's up 15, Tao's up 20, and Pepe is up 32. This portfolio is made up of one meme coin, one artificial intelligence coin, one decentralized physical infrastructure coin, one real-world asset coin, and one gaming coin. And it is absolutely killing it. Looking good. I'm excited about the narrative portfolio, but the perfect entry portfolio is the best performer. This portfolio is entirely made up of coins voted on by you guys, the community. You guys absolutely killed it. It is in profit, $69. Nice. Yeah, I don't think it went red that entire previous dip. This is the closest, this is the worst it's looked so far. We've got 5 assets, red, 5 green. Starting from the bottom, Render is down $21. Avalanche is down $18. The Graph is down $11. Otto's down $2. Pith is down $1. Sui is up 10. ETH is up 13. Sol is up 23. Crow's up 24. And Chainlink is still up a whopping 46. Looking good at leading the pack. I'm curious as to whether or not this portfolio is going to go negative, because we have not seen it yet. Very, very curious. It is 50-50 right now for plus and minus. All right. Let's go refresh the liquidation heat map. Justin said a revaluation would create a one-time paper gain for the treasury, updating book value of 261.5 million ounces of gold from 42.22 to current market prices. Government could realize gain of roughly 1 trillion. Using a rough revaluation gain of about 750 billion from the U.S. gold reserves and a Bitcoin price of roughly 121,500 on October 9, 2025, the U.S. could theoretically purchase over 6.17 million Bitcoin. Wow. Let's see. Who, besides Satoshi, is the largest holder of Bitcoin? Tim Draper has 29,656 Bitcoin. Really? What? That's not a list. Bitcoin's biggest players. Top 10 Bitcoin holders. Okay, hang on. Top 10 addresses. Collectively hold 1.1 million Bitcoin. Okay, so that's a huge difference. 6.17 million is higher than, I think, anybody. Mr. Roberts said I bought more Sol this morning. I've sold over the last year for more as it crests, but it went pretty hard today. But I went in pretty hard today. My brain just cuts out words apparently. Bitcoin 121,768 and 5 cents. Did we hit that liquidation point is the question. Zoom in, okay. We did. Briefly, vaguely. Well, no, we did not. That was 2 hours ago. Okay, so we got 121,871. Yep, that's still in play. And down below, 120,013. Oh, geez. 120,013. Okay. Interesting. Well, let's see if Bitcoin continues to push up, or if we get a little retrace here, continuation. I would not mind a proper touch of 120. Jesus, I keep moving everything. A proper touch of 120. And then continuation. But, you know, we've seen, we could go down to 118. We could go down to 115. Last time we touched, let's see. We touched 125. We came down to 108. 107. We touched 118. We came down to 108. We've touched 125 again. I guess I would like it to hold this 118 level. 117, 118 level. Or maybe even 115. Let's go down to 115. Let's call it that. And then continue to the upside. I feel like that's a nice safe bet. Not financial advice, of course. Congratulations, Mr. Robbers, once again on your victory. Enjoy your uncut Kimbap roll. Total 3 up 0.31. Getting a nice bounce off that 1.13. Let's see if it continues. Green dot on the momentum wave. Potential bullish crossover the moving average inbound. Raj K said, is it a big mistake to compare this cycle with previous cycles? No, I feel like you always should look at all of the data. I don't think it's a big mistake at all. I think constantly evaluating the situation is probably your best bet. You always want to stay relevant. Unless you're like if you're investing for like retirement in like 30 years, then who cares? You know, just dollar cost average in, and you know, in 30 years, look at the price and you probably have a crap ton of money. But if you're trying to like make a decent amount of money and exit for the bear market, then it's a good thing to constantly do research and measure comparisons. If you want to learn TA, go ahead. If you want to observe other people's TA and use all of that into consideration for your own moves, go ahead and do that. Everyone's got their own method of doing things. Cheston said at an average purchase price of $200K, the US could buy 3.75 million Bitcoin with the gold adjustment. That's effing wild. Yeah, $1 trillion is a lot of money. I ran the number with them buying 62.5 billion Bitcoin every month for 1 year, assuming Bitcoin price was 150K on first purchase and 250K last purchase. Thoughts? I mean, that seems reasonable. 150 to 250. So yeah, 200K would just be the average, wouldn't it? Yeah. Flex is the fastest way to get Bitcoin to millions, right? All right, fellas. I gotta go help my mom and my stepdad get a decoration off of a high shelf, a big heavy Halloween decoration off of a high shelf. So I am gonna go do that. I got some familial obligations. So as always, and hopefully, or I'm not even gonna say as always or hopefully, I'm gonna say when Bitcoin starts to do anything crazy, I will hop back on. Otherwise, I will see you all tomorrow. I appreciate you guys for sticking around. Happy Thursday. Smash the like button on your way out, and good night.